I am so jealous of Arsenal. I cannot tell you. Now, as I've matured, as I've got older, I don't allow jealousy to make me angry or bitter or vengeful towards people. It just doesn't, it's not the way my brain works. Maybe it's as I've matured and got older. I look at Arsenal right now and I think I so wish I was in your position. As a Man United fan, I look at your situation, I look at your the way you are and think, I want to be there right now. And I'm going to tell you why in this video, but before we go any further, please hit the hype button. Please share this across your social media platforms. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please turn the bell notification button on as well. And of course, like. There's loads of little bits of admin for you to do. You've probably done most of it already, but thank you. And I know straight away you'll go, why would you want to be in Arsenal's position? They haven't won anything. Of course, I'd rather win a treble like City did 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. But I am talking about the here and now. As of today, the reason why I look at Arsenal and go, I'd love to be in that position right now. One of the reasons I push back against the crazy narratives is so hopefully one day I have some credibility if my beloved Man United is back where I want us to be. And we're getting the same treatment from the mainstream media, bitter rivals, idiots that actually hate our own football club or across social media. I want to have at least a solid foundation to push back against it without people saying, but you did this to Arsenal and you did this to Chelsea and you did this to Liverpool. I'll criticise when criticism is due, but I'll never go over the top. But the reason I'm jealous of Arsenal, it isn't because they're playing brilliant football per se. It isn't because they're top of the league. It's the byproduct of that I'm jealous of. And it's the fact that the media, they tried doing their bullshit narrative. Too many goals from set pieces, not sustainable. Around 1/3 of most top teams' goals come from set pieces over the course of the season. Yes, 4 or 5 games into the campaign, Arsenal's percentage was around 70 to 80%, and it was very skewed. But the sample size was small. Everybody that understands football knew that Arsenal would slowly increase the amount of open play goals. In fact, in the month of November, no team in the Premier League has scored more open play goals than Arsenal, and it will always level itself out. Although they are scoring more set-piece goals on average than most other teams because they're fantastic at them, and that needed to be praised. But that's now gone to bed. There was then the element of injuries. Oh, how are Arsenal going to cope? Odegaard's out. No Kai Havertz. Oh, Gyökeres is going to miss a few games. Gabriel's now out injured. So far, flying colours. Now, that doesn't mean that Arsenal won't drop points, either with those players being out or with those players in the team. They play Bayern Munich Wednesday night, Chelsea away at the weekend. It's plausible you lose points in those games. But the Invincibles drop points in big matches. Jose's Chelsea drop points in games. The Centurions drop points. People will go over the top. But because there's been almost nothing in the last 2 months to criticise Arsenal about, this is where my jealousy comes in. My club's a mess. We went 5 games unbeaten. I praise some of the performances, but we lose to a team with 10 men. 10 men for over 75 minutes of a game, couldn't score a goal, and we lose, and it's embarrassing. Our overall play in the last year has been abysmal. The manager hasn't improved things. The players are a joke. The club is pathetic overall. And that's how I feel today. Maybe my mind changes next week, but that's how I feel. But the real reason I'm jealous is when I play you some of these clips, the stuff that Arsenal are now being called out for, I only wish that's all there was against my club. I wish what I'm about to show you is the only level of criticism that my club was receiving. And I'll give you an example. And it turns out now this may be a lie, but I've seen so many of these posts of big accounts calling out the TIFO at the weekend, saying that it was executed by the club, club funded, club designed, worthless. Now, I don't know who designed it. I don't know who paid for it because I'm not an Arsenal fan and I'm not in those communities. I mentioned it on the Football Terrace and I've had a number of DMs on my Instagram, and you can follow my Instagram, my X accounts down there, please, people, who have said, no, Terry, fans were involved every step of the way. Some have told me fans even paid for it. But either way, whether it's a lie or whether it's the truth, imagine that being the extent of what you could call Arsenal for out of the weekend, is that the club may have paid for that. It looks brilliant, gets the atmosphere up. They got heavily criticised by me for that curtain shower they had last season in the Champions League. It's a step up, but that's all there is. I'm hearing again the cries that, oh, North London forever. I think that song's called Angel, or The Angel, right? Oh, it's cringe. Oh my God, it's so cringe. You do realise that we all find each other's clubs' actions cringe because we kind of hate each other's clubs. It's part of the tribalism. But that's all you've got. That is all I saw from Tottenham fans at the weekend. Tottenham fans whose entire existence is, oh, we've just got to be better than Arsenal. Or Arsenal have got a foul. Oh. That's all I'm seeing. The jealousy I feel seeing the only thing I'm seeing Arsenal get kind of criticised for is the fact that people don't like that the club may have paid for a tifo, or they don't like a song that Arsenal fans sing. Oh, to be an Arsenal fan right now, and that's all you've got to deal with. It's crazy. The hatred and the anger people have because Arsenal look like they're going to prove them wrong is crazy. But I'd love to be in that position. I really, really would. I'm going to play Jamie O'Hara first here. This is Jamie O'Hara last night. And there's so many things he said. There's so many things he's attacked Arsenal for in the last 2 to 3 years, when, by the way, they've been superior to Spurs. But listen to this here. It's amazing.
Do you know what? Like, fair play, right? Arsenal better side. They still
Arsenal fair play, better side, right? Straight away, like plays it right down.
Do you know what? Like, fair play, right? Arsenal better side. They still cringe FC, aren't they?
Mate, listen, you can't be rolling that out.
Well, whilst sitting there doing a show where his mate's dressed as a clown.
They are.
They give you whooping.
No, they gave us a whooping, and they're a good side, right? And they're looking good. But these Arsenal fans, mate, they do well. All the stuff I keep seeing, Piers Morgan giving it large, the tifo. You know, oh my God, what a tifo we've got. You know, they pull one out the bag. It's bang average. I mean, come on. Like honestly.
You see that bitterness? Can you smell? You can smell the. It's like being at the seafront. I can hear the seagulls, the crashing of the waves. I can smell the sea air, the salt. The salt is strong in this one. He's got to be careful as well. Connery, mate.
Wherever it is, that archway, they're in the tunnel. Like there's some ultras, and they got their masks on, and they're playing the drums and all that, giving to big and singing North London forever. And they got the masks up, like there's some like ultras from back in the day. You work in Canary Wharf, mate. Like, do me a favour. You're tourists. It costs £100 to get in the ground. You don't tell me they're like Arsenal ultras.
Look at this. This is all they've got left. This is it now. It's let's attack people having a good time.
With them banging on the drums. In the tunnel, giving it large.
Mate,
people mate, they work in a bank.
People can hear you, mate.
They work in a Canary Wharf.
Yeah, we can hear you. This is intrusive thoughts. This is all there is. Can't criticise the style, the play, the goals, the manager, the subs. Nothing can be criticised right now. But instead of praise, it's I'm gonna call them cringe.
Mate, don't talk to me like they're giving it the large one. Like, oh yeah, we're Arsenal.
People can hear this.
I know, but it's still cringe, isn't they?
It's funny. As I say, all there is to call out is songs now, celebrations. Let people have fun. Because I can tell you now, if and when my football club gets to where Arsenal are, and hopefully beyond that by winning those trophies, I'm going to enjoy every single second of it. Every single second of it must be enjoyed. Let's take a listen here to Simon Jordan, though, who has a slightly different take. And I want to get your views on this. Let's take a listen here.
It's difficult to see at this moment in time where the challenge comes for Arsenal. There is a possibility that Arsenal could run away with this Premier League. I'm not forecasting that to be the case, but it's difficult to see. The challenge is evidently not coming from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Manchester City, whilst peaking at times, are still susceptible to losing games, as we saw on the weekend. You know, the league can change very quickly. It was about 4 weeks ago where everyone was going, what the hell's happened to Aston Villa? They can't score goals, they can't win a game. Now look at Aston Villa. And so it can change, but it looks like it's very difficult to forecast where this challenge comes from, and it certainly doesn't come from Tottenham.
It's really interesting take here, because I don't know if Simon Jordan is directly doing this, but I know how it's going to be twisted into, if Arsenal win the league, it will be twisted into, but there was no challenge. It's almost like the planting of the seed of a narrative to discredit Arsenal. And I'll push back against this. and for all the people saying, stop defending Arsenal, I said the same thing in defending Liverpool last year. 100% the same energy. Even if Liverpool and City have fallen off, even if Chelsea are not good enough, that takes nothing away from Arsenal's quality. Because if Arsenal also fell off, bought the wrong players, were mismanaged, bought flops, the coach wasn't good enough, they would drop into that pack also, and there would be a race still. If Arsenal are superior to them this season, that isn't something to diminish them with, and it will be. And I thought I'd get ahead of the game here and have a little bit of fun. I've put together a list, okay? I'm going to read this out to you in a minute, but I've put together a list here of things I think the Arteta outers, the mainstream media, and rivals have got a right to do this because you're meant to push back to a certain degree, but we've always got to be careful that we don't start believing the banter and that it's real. But these are a list of things I think will be said if Arsenal win the league to discredit it when you look at seeds being planted like this. So, for instance, and some of them will be read like I'm the person writing them. Some of them will be more generic. That's how I wrote them out. So, I'll only praise Arteta if he retains it. This one will be written off. This one is just a one-off. You'll say greatness only counts if Arsenal... They'll say greatness only counts if Arsenal win the league and Champions League in the same season. True. Arsenal have won titles before. Nothing historic about this. People will act like Arsenal... People will act like Arsenal were over-celebrating something they achieved years ago. By the way, the reason some of these are written like someone's typed them and some are like, what they'll say is, viewers have sent these in to me is what they think the new narrative will be. Winning it once will be dismissed. Elite clubs sustain success, not a flash in the pan. They'll argue Arsenal aren't special unless they challenge on all fronts, i.e. where are the other trophies this season? So yeah, if they just win the Prem and nothing else, it'll get played down. The classic, they didn't reinvent anything. They just repeated history as if they've won the league before, so what? Arsenal didn't win it. Everyone else supposedly handed it to them. Arteta finally wins after $1 billion spent. Cue the bare minimum takes. A very good point. Put an asterisk on it. Liverpool had an off year. They challenged because everyone else collapsed, not because they earned it. Sort of what's being suggested here. Arteta isn't special. Any manager could win with that squad. Sorry, with that amount of spend. Sorry. Win one trophy and suddenly Arteta thinks he's Guardiola. I like that one. Arsenal celebrating like they reinvented football after winning one title. One trophy doesn't erase bottling the title in the past few seasons. And enjoy it while it lasts. One season wonders don't build legacies. And I kind of like these because I do feel that's what's going to be said. Oh, you spent all this money, now you're winning. And I feel like a lot of seeds have been planted in this. And if you've got any narratives that you think the Arteta outers, you think the mainstream media will push if Arsenal win the league, leave it in the comment section below. Because I feel we all know what they're going to say before they say it, which tells you it's fake. How do we know what they're going to say before they say it if it isn't prescribed nonsense? Give me your thoughts, give me your opinions below. But you can, as I say, the hate for Arsenal is growing by the day. But God, I wish I was in that position. Take care, goodbye, God bless. Hit the like button, people, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.